Here today I got a set of new marine speakers which are MB Quart brand. They are IPX67 conformal coated UVA certified marine grade speakers. What that means, if you don't know what IP67 means, IP stands for ingress protection. So they have a different grading system up on the NEMA website. These are 67. 67 is pretty darn high. It's the second best. So basically it says that you can take salt spray from a nozzle, fresh water or salt water from a hard nozzle, attack the speaker. The speakers should not affect performance in any respect, and that's pretty much what you should expect on a marine grade speaker. Now these ones here, there's a couple things that are just so wrong about the speakers. First off, the German engineering, they should really leave that off the box because it's an insult to people like me that are American, you know. I mean, it goes against everything I stand for. Maxonics bought MB Quart several years back. They bought them, Hyphonics, Crunch, a few other ones. So when they did so, they're kind of like going off their namesake and they're playing it out. You know, leave the German stuff alone. Listen, I'm a German. I take offense to that. I'm also an American. So I don't know how I really feel about that. It's just funny. It's kind of like when people say, hey, nice kids you got. And I say, well, yeah, I'm all German. My wife's all Polish, so they want to rule the world and they don't know why. How does that make me feel when you have a German engineering speaker from a company who is importing, making them from China, and they're just not stating that they're actually an Illinois-based manufacturer? So in that respect, I don't like that, I guess. But as far as the product goes, because we are reviewing a product here today, the speakers are actually okay. They're a little overpriced on the MSRP, I think, for $119. I don't think anybody's doing those. Realistically, in my world, selling on the internet, we're selling these speakers for less than 80 bucks, okay? And that's actually probably a little bit high. It's probably going to wind up going down a little bit. So for a set of speakers such as this, they're going to do well, and I'll tell you a reason why these speakers are going to do well. Number one, they look good. Speakers on boats with white gel finishes, which is pretty much the standard on a marine boat. Nobody's using these gray speakers. I don't know why all these manufacturers are going with these weird gray grills and all this weird graphite look and stuff, because it just looks weird on a boat. People like this. Classic white grills, white cone, black surrounds. That's okay. It's doable. It looks good. The marine, you know, horizontal bars, it looks right. And these speakers are really good because they sound bright, because they have the titanium tweeters, which is excellent. In the mid-bass, you put the two together on a full-range speaker, it's going to sound good even without an amplifier. You put an amp on these speakers, they're going to come alive and sound even just more vibrant. I love bright tweeters because I can't hear as well as I used to. So these speakers are going to be very good for someone who can't hear well or just likes bright sound. You're going to get a lot of that kind of stuff from these speakers. So moving on, they're rated at 50 watts RMS. It's nice to see they're not putting these BS numbers like 100 watts and all that stuff, even though they say it in their peak rating, which is so unrealistic, especially on a marine application. 100 watts, those things would be on fire, flying down on a wave somewhere. They are 4 ohm impedance, while a lot of other manufacturers in the marine world are making 3 ohm speakers, which in my opinion is really good because you're going to get more output at a lower impedance, which is pretty good. And 3 ohms is not going to break the bank either. So that's a really good choice. I would like to see these have a choice of either 2 or 4 ohm like Kicker and other companies are doing. But hey, for what they are, for the price, they're not that bad. Mounting diameter 5.6 inches. Mounting depth 2.5 inches. I did measure this, which is about 4.5 inches from hole to hole, side to side. So if you are going to replace the speaker, that's a very important measurement for you. And that is totally accurate. So what I said there is totally right. Mounting depth 2.5, mounting diameter 5.6 inches. They are marine certified, as I said. Titanium dome tweeter, which I really like. The 6.5 inch poly mid-range, which is UVA protected, water resistant. It's got a composite polypropylene cone with a butyl surround, which is pretty much the mainstay in car audio, marine audio for eons, right? Conformal coated Butterworth 12 decibels per octave crossover, which is excellent. There's a tweeter capacitor on there. I know you can't really see it, but somewhere in there it's hidden. So if instead of blowing the speaker and burning it up, it'll actually blow out the capacitor inside the speaker beforehand. And of course that should be warranted within a 1 year, because that's pretty much the marine grade standard for a speaker warranty. So there you have it. There's my look at the MB Quart NFK116 6.5 inch marine speakers.